Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. I'm still sharing some of my notes from Emmett Fox, one of the New Thought thinkers from the 20th century, who respects the idea that the subconscious mind, or that part of our mind that's below the surface, is wiser than we might have hitherto believed. The idea, of course, is to simply, plainly state prior to going to sleep any wish that you'd like to accomplish and let the forces within you be released because they will lead you to that result. It's as if whatever you engrave or impress upon your mind from the outside to the inside, you'll express as condition, event, and circumstance. It's as if your inner mind, subconscious mind, whatever word you want to use to describe this interrelationship, this interaction between something that's deep inside you and something that communicates to the surface. It accepts any of your verdicts or any of your conclusions as final and acts from there. It doesn't argue with you controversially. So just give thanks for whatever you're releasing and know that it will come. Because we are what we think all day long, and we are fed by these inner silent springs that are hidden but definitely very active. So that's why they say, as within, so without, as above, so below. So move away from worry and fear to faith and expectation. And then, as I've learned from my Native American teachers, gather all the thoughts that come from your heart, and like those who've come before you, step out of your comfort zone in order to engage in possibility. So may you all speak up for yourself and be open to greeting what's ahead. Now, one of the ways to do that is to not clip the wings of your desire. What your appetite is has to do with your wing spread. You know, in the middle of the word appetite, there's pet, right? That's like patero, like wing, like pterodactyl, right? It's your wingspan. And what happens is very often enough, the exuberance of a child is often socialized down to middle C. That's right. When I was young, they didn't like my flying boy. I had to fend off a lot of castrating ideas that didn't want me to be up there above it all. But when you do that to a young child, what you do is you cripple their imagination. They don't let you have the desire for what's beyond. They keep you to what the Uber culture tells you you should be doing. That's a castrating idea. And if you listen to what they're saying, which is like, keep your feet to the ground, nose to the grindstone, then what that does is it makes you an old person when you're a young person. But if you learn to protect your freak flag, remember that song by David Crosby, Let Your Freak Flag Fly? If you protect your freak flag, those deep desires, those great ideals, in order to do that, you have to nourish it. You have to pay attention to it. You have to move it along. And when you do that, you do become responsible. You do become mature. But what you're doing is you're doing it because it's your freak flag. And you don't want to kill that freak fire in you. That is so important to carry with you for the rest of your life. So you don't want to be flat. And in some ways, of course, everyone is going to take what I call the road of ashes. At what age do you realize that some of your dreams, hopefully not all of your dreams, but some of your dreams have turned to ashes? They ain't going to happen. Did you awaken to that by the time you were 20, 30, 40? Still pursuing something that isn't worth it because it's somebody else's dream? Like it says in the Gita, better your own dharma done poorly than another's done well. So this is where you have to be honest with yourself about what's really leading you and where your desires are. Desires are holy if your imagination, holy, Holy, they're holy if your imagination is hooked up to the vision of unity. So you may have to move further and further away from being nice in what I call mommy's house and always running to the boo-boo. Sometimes you have to just suck it up and move to daddy's house, the father's house, where it's a tough love action. And then you remember you're mourning the loss of a lot of things, not just in your own childhood and the dreams that have turned to ashes, but the nightmare of history the catastrophe of existence. And we're not taking the yogic path of renunciation, where you give up involvement in civic life, family and social life, and even the religious life, to be an unconditioned being. I think our responsibility is to stay with political, civil, and social responsibilities and give the best that we have, especially as we get older, as an elder to the community. Find your way.